Are you guys Jesus guys? Are you Yeshua Mashiach or not at all?
I mean, I believe in the universe,
Jesus,
but
yeah, I'm a Jesus guy. I'm a Jesus guy.
Okay, because here's the deal. My daddy, after my mom passed away, my dad used to be like, "The Lord's coming back. The Lord's coming back." I'm like, "Shut up, Dad, man. I want to go on a date Friday. If he comes back Thursday, this girl's so hot, man. I won't be able to go out with her." Right? True story, right? And then when all this crazy stuff happened with Corona and everything like that, I went with my dad. I said, "Dad, I fell away from the Lord a little bit after my brother passed away and stuff. Was mad at him, but I do think, and listen, I don't want to get conspiracy theory. The way it just makes sense. Like there's verses in the Bible, and whatever now you believe it, it's the best return on investment. You believe in Jesus, you die and go to heaven, and if there's a rapture, we get like it's not like the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? But the way they track it, there's that whole mark of the beast 666, right? And I'm always like, why would anybody take a mark out of their hand unless I'm stuck on my passwords, man? I'm like, man, if it gets my password in, I'd be straight, right? But this whole coronavirus and mandatory vaccines, I'm like, oh, this is how they do it, man. And then Empire sell it makes sense, right? And now, listen, XRP has data in it, right? Now they're going to have all electric cars. You're not going to be able to drive. I don't want to freak anybody out. I'm just saying, like, I love those sports movies. Look, if nobody felt with Corona that we weren't in a movie at sometimes, then you were in lost space. It felt like a movie at a few times.
Back at it again. It's the Photo Culture Podcast. I go by the name Exotic Rose, and I have my co-host Money Mitch, and today we have Jeff, the entrepreneur, aka Tim Tebow. How we doing?
Hey, good, dude. I've never gotten that introduction. I think this is right now my first favorite interview ever, man. Those happy days. I went from being bullied, calling Tebow, never think I would start, to then Tebow winning that crazy thing, and then associated and going in there having really success. So that name Tebow, whenever I hear that nickname, I know it from a lot of my old football crew. Dude, it makes me smile from grain to grain because it was from being picked on, this is why you could change any word association. Bad association to good word association, and how I associated the word, man, it made all the difference.
Wow.
I also feel like the type of energy you have around you can shape your day too. So if you have bad energy around you, then you have a bad day. You have good energy around you, you can have a good day. So that's why I pick and choose who I want to be around. I want to be around good energy.
Dude, I love it, dude. You're a smart man, Why are you out in public? Is that why you have the mask, or are you representing your brand there?
Nah, I have a mask on because I was playing basketball and I lost my tooth. So,
dude,
yeah.
I've been there, dude. That's the worst feeling ever, man. I've lost teeth too. Then, so did you win?
Yeah, we won, but it's like so noticeable. It's like my front tooth, like the one in the middle is gone, and I was like, damn.
They can fix anything, man. It's crazy, so it'll be all right. You'll be good.
Yeah, next week I'm getting implant. Did you get an implant too, or no?
No, I gotta get one, dude. Call me after, and we'll see how it is, man. Because it's back. So, like at that point, I'm not forced to do it because I look okay right now. Eventually, I gotta get it done. And
where is it, in the back or in the front? I don't see it in the front.
Yeah, it's not
in the back. Yeah, so you good. So you can hide that for a while until you're ready.
Yeah, I know, but they said, the dentists say, and I don't know if they're trying to sell me, man. They say if it closes, then I won't be able to do an implant after a while. So I got to get it done in like the next 3 years. So my goal is to make a quick billion and then have them put me out because anesthesia costs money and they weren't going to put me out to do it, man. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, me. That one I want to hear, dude. This is already a lit podcast already, man.
Yeah, I was kind of like, at first it didn't hit me. And then once I started looking in the mirror, I was like, damn, they yanked my whole teeth it was gone, like my whole gum and everything. It was bleeding and everything. I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Oh, dude, this is crazy. So is this what we talk about in this podcast?
Well, we talk about anything, but let's jump into it though.
This has that Shyamalan God feel to it, like the Breakfast Club right now.
Hey,
I like it.
All right. Let's.
You just heard me on the phone with one of my funnel guys, Waldo, great guy, probably best funnel guy I know around. He's at the barbershop working on a mission with me. You heard me be like, getting rich in recession, let's do it. You heard the little thing. And he's like, you got to change the name. And I'm like, we'll do it next time. It's already selling, right? And he deals with me, man. And there's certain people in life, the energy you like, that you just said it, man. You want to work with them. So I'm proud to have him part of my team. He's a good dude.
Perfect. Let's start from the beginning. So, like, let's give people a little background information on you. Where are you from? And how was it growing up?
So yeah, dude, it was growing up, man, was definitely my dad, and I never shared this part on it. My dad lived in Waterbury, Connecticut, which is really not one of the. He'd probably get mad if I say this. Okay, so hopefully he doesn't listen to this one. Don't tell him. He literally grew up projects, the whole thing, literally, and went to a school with Jewish kids who made fun of him. And my grandma was part Jewish, who said she wasn't. Really tough on him, right? And he did everything to get them out when he met my mom, get us out of like where they were, rent. He finally bought a house in like a nice area, not the nicest house, but a good area, you know. And it was his mom's dream house, and it made the whole, just like you said, it made the whole direction of the people and mentors I had around me. And it's funny, there's a thing called diamonds and of acres, right? And I used to stay in the same town and drink. This is Connecticut, by the way, and drink and do all this stuff, trying to chase girls, being like, you know, that dude, right? When we're young, and thought, oh, this town was horrible and everything. And then when I aligned myself with my vision and my purpose, I found one of my biggest mentors here who's taught me so much, who's actually scaled out that in the same town. He's been here the whole time. I just wasn't looking for it. So as the Bible says, you shall find. That is so true. So that's it from the very beginning. My dad built up a life now, and now he got me here. And this is probably middle class. It's probably the way to say it. So it's like not a horrible thing, right? But I played football when I was in Hartford, Connecticut. And I saw all the disadvantage they had in Hartford. I saw all that. I actually, true story. I never told the story. I was eating some Wendy's. I littered on the streets of Hartford, Connecticut. You know Hartford, Connecticut at all or no?
Yeah.
No, I don't know where it is, but I heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some areas aren't the great. It's not, some are bad, but it's not too bad. Long story short, the guy comes out, tells me, get out of the car. I'm going to go litter on your street where you live. And dude, I felt so bad. They were like, really, and they had every right to be upset. And I talked to him, and then he goes, you know, you all right? Because I just told him exactly where I was, told him a football team and everything. I was dropping off one of the football players at a team after. And it was just crazy, man, because I saw everything, and I saw how much pride he took in a place that wasn't even maybe as nice. And here I'm just disrespecting it because I don't want my car to be dirty. My car's dirty all the time anyway. Like I had no reason to do this, right? It was one of the most humbling moments ever. And at that moment, I taught at behavioral middle school. And I said to one of the students who lived there, they all came from like the opportunity. This was like a choice school. And I used to teach them. We were reading an article about Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, and about how he was helping people reinvest in their communities and build them up better. And I said, yeah, I'm going to rebuild the streets of Hartford. He's like, no, you're not. And I said, yeah, give me 20 years. So we're probably like 4 years into that. And I just found something called Sunshine Enterprises. They work in Chicago. I send them an entrepreneur, all young entrepreneurs who go through a 12-step program. They give them $10K as long as they don't miss it to reinvest in that. So I'm trying to duplicate that in Hartford right now. That's like one of the things I'm doing on the side.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, because like now that I'm having a little bit of success, I want to have in points for stuff that happens, so then I can do it. And that's part of the reason putting out here. So if people reach out to me, maybe they have a connection I don't have, they can get it in their state, and we can just duplicate success everywhere and change the world a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand that. So you believe through pain you can find your purpose. When was your moment?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So 4 years ago, my older brother Jay married a Playboy model. She left him for a multimillionaire. They weren't really married. He actually, I'm going to be he had I say married because my brother wanted to think that he had a tattoo of her name on his ring finger. And my brother wasn't the best kid. He was always the prodigal son kind of, but he always had the biggest heart. Actually, I'm going to release my eulogy one time when we spoke because it was the first speaking I did that spoke with power, and I was all shaken at that time. And now I've done a lot more since then.
Was that the Amazon Prime one?
No, did you see that one?
Yeah, I seen that one.
So true story, and I'll get back to that. I was so nervous before that. The bright lights came on. Dude, you're on TV, you get one take, and it'll all mess it up. And you know Les Brown?
Who?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I know Les Brown.
So Les
Brown. Yeah.
Les Brown was one of the guys. He's my favorite dude. We're actually going to have him on my podcast coming up soon, which is just Lopez knows it. He was one of the guys when I was going to play football. We're going to talk all over the place here. I signaled to Sylvia, listen. But when I was driving to football, when they told me I couldn't play football, I listened to Les Brown and Eric Thomas. I actually I'll put it on after this too, saying it's possible. It's possible. So So now I'm going to speak on Amazon Prime. All I'm listening to is Les Brown, right? Dude, my speech that I wrote is nothing what you saw. I have all, if you get in a GPS and you start driving, it'll get you to your destination. I was trying to be a great orator, all right? Like Les is, right? Because that's plus. And I'm doing it, dude, literally up to the event. You probably weren't following me, but on my live, I'm doing it. And people are like, Tebow, be more yourself, right? And I'm like, no, I got to be this thing. Long story short, man, you saw it. And anybody doesn't see it, go see it. I literally went out there. There were a few things I had, like the slides, but all those little pontific things I like kept out, and I just spoke from my heart. I literally feel like my older brother's with me, and that's what you saw. It was more me, and it was better because I was not being myself up to it. Josh even knows they did a pre-roll of like who you are, and I spoke all like proper because I felt like I had to be, and I wasn't even likable. Nobody like it was just bad. They haven't even so shown that. That's gonna be a thing. They knew it was bad, and it's funny. The producers sit down with me and said, "Jeff, how was your day? Right? Like how did you do it?" Dee Dee Wong, she's amazing, and I was like, good. I was like, the bright lights hit me a little brighter, and I stare at them all the time for YouTube and stuff. So. So that was the story behind that. But and so with that story, 4 years ago. Sorry, what was the question? I just went out there with all that.
Yeah. So my question was: so you believe through pain you can find your purpose? When was your moment?
Oh yeah. So I tell him Amazon Prime, but I'll tell it quick. So yeah, my brother who did it, who's on to there. He moved up to Connecticut, where I'm from. My sister was getting married. I talk him up there, and he said, Jeff, I've been entrepreneurial, and he says, I'm gonna write. We're gonna write a dream to build a business together. And I said, all right, Jay, let's do it. So we actually made it a crazy goal to make 77 million because he had a tattoo also 77.99 on his thing. That was the year my mom passed away. Yeah. So this is where it all came from, man. We were watching Star Trek the night before. We plan it. Anyway, I went out to drinks with him. I should turn this off. This is disrespectful here. Although we'll call the assistant a little bit in it, maybe. We'll call her. I told her I was going to call her during this. I forgot we had this. So I go out. We go out for drinks. We come back. We actually get in a fight because I was dating this Spanish girl, Natalia, and he called her a gold digger. And me and him got in a really bad fight. And dude, it's crazy. I went to bed upset at him. And my dad told me never go to bed. And then he was like, never go to bed upset at anybody. So I got out of bed. I shook Jay's hand. And I go, Jay, I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry, Jeff. Can you take me to get a haircut tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, you got it. And he's like, and can you wake me up tomorrow to get a haircut? And can I take Dad to get the tux for Christy's wedding? I said, yeah, you got it. Went to wake him up. He didn't wake up. That's when he passed away. And drugs and all. I tried to do a CPR on him. And dude, that was the pain. And I went from there to losing my middle school student committing suicide, to the head teacher girl who I was kind of remotely involved and telling me not to talk to her. Therapy, ADD, OCD, sat home to my dad. My dad gives me a book, Power of Subconscious Mind. I'm like, I don't feel like reading. Shows me a video on YouTube. I'm a Jesus guy. I go home, I search Grant Cardone depression because that was the name of the guy in the video. Yeah, have you guys ever seen that video or no?
No, I didn't see that video, but I know that video pretty much changed your life pretty much.
Yep, got out of bed and said, I will build the biggest franchise ever called Kokomo Jays as a headstone to my success. And you don't give up because you don't give up in America. And you guys are watching the journey, just like Gary Vee and the Jets. That's what's going to happen as a headstone. Till then, I learned in life, I think Zig Ziglar says, you can get anything in life. You help enough people get where they want. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have a huge marketing business, and I'm helping. My last client made like 10K in a day. And it's fulfilling to actually help these people who really are like these high ticket guys who are stuck. The Lord's given me a gift to get them unstuck and help them with a blueprint action plan to get to the next step. And that's why we're doing all these funnels, and I'm coming up with a book telling all about it.
And one of the business that you guys wanted to start, you and your brother, was a coffee shop / studio, correct?
Yeah, Kokomo Jays. You can go to kokomojays.com. I was actually just on a TV show on the country special, Coffee with Kaylee, and she's our branded coffee that we have. It's called Love You Mean It Coffee. If you go to kokomojays.com, you can taste a little bit of the dream. They have high vibe. It's 1 cup of coffee you need. If you like coffee, that's an energy drink the whole day through. I have some. I don't even drink it, but it's really, really good. So when we do open one day, Kokomo Jays, we'll buy out a Starbucks. I emailed Howard Schultz and I said, I'm going to buy you out one day and turn into Kokomo Jays. I don't know if we're really going to do it. That's kind of the thing, but that's what we want to do, and we're going to do it. So eventually.
That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a really good
idea.
Yeah,
you got to put that energy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with COVID. Well, that's what you do, dude. You know Conor McGregor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he did that, man. Like, I can't wait till they take your podcast. They see this and we're open it. We cut it out and put it on there. He said, you have no doubt without me, I'm going to be a champion of the UFC. He wasn't even in the UFC, dude. He was just a scrap fighting. And he said, you have no doubt. And they show that video. You can look it up. So, oh, man, I'm getting chills, man. I've done this my whole life. I said, dude, I sucked at playing quarterback, dude. I was a backup quarterback. I never played quarterback. And I ignored what everybody said. I went out there and I learned it. And I said, nope, I'm going to be a starting quarterback, dude. It's crazy, dude. You know, it's crazy. Like, when you put it out there and it happens. I was actually just at this event out in Malibu. And this guy, he had a little bit of a ego. He's like, well, you can't say that. I said, yeah, I can say whatever I want to say. I was like, because it also matters I believe it. You know what I mean? I go, you can hit on it. But if I believe in it, I'm going to make it happen. And he was just all like, So I got his number because when my book comes out, I'm gonna sell my book. He's not gonna buy anything else. He will buy. I read him the whole first chapter. He was one of those guys who thought he had all figured out, his Porsche 911s and all that. You know, one of those dudes. You know, nice dude. He spoke very well, but he actually saw me at the event. I shouldn't give him too much power. But he saw me at the event, right, taking down a lot of notes, right? This is me taking action on the notes. So there you go. I forget his name. I think it's Chris, right? And he's like, he got up and thanks. Like, I hope people take down those notes. Or really taking action, they're just not notes. But he almost like assumed that I wasn't going to take action. He doesn't know me. I'm an action guy, man. I help people. We have an action sheet to help people take actions for it, you know? So it'll be okay. I just got to get my numbers figured out. That's what I'm doing right now, man. So it's you got to focus on that part. That part's important. They didn't teach that in school, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of numbers, one of your goals that you and your brother had was $77 million. And one of the reasons
I switched that to inspiring and impacting 77 million because I chased the money and I got the money, man. We had a software company that was making good money, about like 27K a month, which is, not bad. Took the money, reinvested in other software. So I own equity in 2 softwares now that I cash loaded with my Windows sales to fund it. I literally took everything that I was making when I would go out and sell Windows, threw it into software that I went and pitched in Vegas. But what I was doing that was wrong was I was chasing the money. I was chasing that. It wasn't until COVID hit and I was stuck home and in here and I had to develop this whole coaching certificate and system. And I did a whole bunch of coaching from everybody else. And I thought I could get people there on a quicker space and I know how to work with them. Let me build this. And I built it, dude. It's literally life-changing. That's why it's called Changing Lives. And that's what we do, man. Whether it's a top scale entrepreneur, when we focus on people who have digital products, we can help them automate that with my buddy Andy Audate, who I'm working with now. But it's a blessing to have all this going on. So yeah, that's really the thing, is now just help as many people. So I keep a record of everybody who makes money. That's 1, that's 2, So we're into the thousands right now. So we'll let you know when we hit the millions of people we help,
Okay. What type of software is it? So
here's the thing, and I encourage everybody. It was fun. I downloaded Code Academy, man. I was coding a little bit. I used to write HTML. I'm a little bit of a geek, right? The software, I think we can say the name, is Bread Earners. So the first one I had was PostFlow. And it was very similar, like Hootsuite or somewhere you post all the social media thing. And what we were going to do on the back end was we were going to collect the data and then resell the list on a front end. We were going to have it feed another software. That was my envision for it. I'm going to do it, or whoever hears this idea, if you want to hit me up.
People are already doing that.
Yeah. So we weren't any different. So it'd be tougher than everything. So we then reinvested in something called Bread Earners. And because my business partner, Mod, does affiliate marketing, we basically took, dude, it's actually really cool, dude. That one, we just couldn't filter it. This is where we got to snag. But basically, the way the apps get in the App Store is they get downloads. So we'd filter stuff to get downloads and you'd get points and money. And affiliate sites would pay us money and we'd give a cut to you, right? So it'd be like CPAs. I don't know if you know CPAs. Anyway, so that's what the software does. The only
it's marketing.
We didn't want to use what all the other softwares did. They used something called offer walls where they all just post if you download money app and everything. We were different because we actually self-filter them. But there's so many offers out there that it would take forever to filter and even to hire a virtual assistant would just talk so much money to do it. And I wasn't going to sit by and do it. So that's where it's at a standstill now. But actually just at the event, I met some guy who does cryptocurrency and I might connect him and we might do a affiliate with crypto and then have crypto, because crypto is now the new thing. And then, so I'm just a connector. I'm just an investor in it. So if I can connect someone, I'm a good connector, then we can take it off. So we'll see, man. That might be the $1 billion app eventually, but who knows, man. I really did lose a lot of money in that, but didn't lose a lot of money because I still own rights to it. So, you know,
I feel like that's part of business, though. Like that's how you learn. That's how you evolve. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna lose some.
dude,
There's a
that's
lot
what
of business traits that I did or things that I did, and I lost money, but I learned a lot.
Yeah, dude, can I tell you something? Being on Clubhouse, when people come up and they're trying to pitch a software and this, I know how to do MVP pitch. I know how to do all this stuff. So I can actually consult and give advice. You know, I didn't win it. I tell them, always go to Brett Knutson, who I had on my podcast. Great guy, did the Hive app. Go to him. But I can help you here because I got to this point, right? And they're not at that point yet. So it's crazy, dude. At Clubhouse, like everyone's like, oh, Jeff always has an answer. It's just because I've done a lot, man. I've tried a lot, you know? And I'm as transparent. I just don't want people to make the mistakes or lose the money if they don't have to. If someone told me, hey, go focus on what you like doing, what you're really, I'm great at marketing. Dude. I'm phenomenal at it, and I'm phenomenal at marketing to other people. I can just see exactly how to fix basically the copy and everything. Copy is the way you speak it. Anything you do, it's the most important thing. Whether it's email, video, which is huge, Clubhouse, right? And that's what I'm really good at. I'm working at becoming a better speaker as it goes on. I don't claim to be a speaker. I just claim to be a businessman trying to figure it out, but really good at helping other businesses that can't market get them known and blow them up. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, which cryptos are you in?
So I don't really. I'm more of a passive investor. I just bought. So if you want to go crazy about it, XRP because that was official, right? So I got that before you can't buy it anymore. You know you can't buy it anymore. You download like Litecoin or something else to buy it. They don't want you to buy it because that's the legit one to get. You know that
exactly.
Dude, here's the thing. I wish I could just focus on crypto all the time because I've been more times than not buying Bitcoin. There's a video on me buy Bitcoin now. Back in April before it spiked up, and then I told everybody to take it out then, and if you can, there's a way to switch to XRP. So, yeah, dude, it's crazy how I know all this stuff, dude. I'm not even a crypto guy.
It's good.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's it. And there's other stuff. What's the other one? Ethereum, I have some in, or whatever it is. But XRP is the one that really, and then I talked to people, like, how do you know this? I was at a bar, there was a guy talking about XRP, how to do it, and Ripple, which is Ripple's the thing. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't want to divert too much, but what do you think of gold and silver? Because I've heard people so passionate about it, and I've had people say, don't even touch it at all. So what do you think? I want to ask you.
I mean, I think it's too late because, and plus, if you try to go and buy gold and silver right now, they're sold out.
Yeah, no,
I've already looked into it. Yeah, they're sold out.
I looked into it too. When the guy told me that, I was like, it doesn't hurt to throw a little money that way. Like instead of betting on the Tampa Bay game, that's what I do, man. I throw some money into those and see, because that's the future, man. You know?
Yeah, it is. Like XRP just became SOC2 certified, and I think they got certified. I think it's called 50C or something, or 40C.
What does that mean?
Another certification.
What does that mean? SO2 certified.
SOC2 is basically they're certified to now they can hold data, and what else? I think there's something else. I think safe, reliable transactions also. My brother was telling me.
See, this is how I learn. You see me asking questions. I'm not going to sit out here and pretend to be the expert. I know that. I know a little bit. Me and you kind of think, okay, he knows that. Let me ask. This is how you get smart, you know?
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I've been learning from my brothers too, but I do a little bit of research also, and they as far as with XRP, man, that's like the hidden gem. That's I don't know how much you have, but it's a hidden gem.
Not enough.
And I know what's about to happen, huh?
I said not enough, man. You know, I was focused.
Oh no, you're okay.
All right, so
yeah.
Clark is like, as long as you got something, you good.
I know, but I know. So I read we won't get this in a whole crypto show, but the fact that government backed it. So are you guys Jesus guys? Are you Yeshua or not at all?
I mean, I believe in the universe. But
yeah, I'm a Jesus guy.
Okay, because here's the deal. My dad, after my mom passed away, my dad used to be like, the Lord's coming back. The Lord's coming back. I'm like, shut up, Dad, man. I want to go on a date Friday. If he comes back Thursday, this girl's so hot, man. I won't be able to go out with it, right? True story, right? And then when all this crazy stuff happened with Corona and everything like that, I went with my dad. I said, Dad, I fell away from the Lord a little bit after my brother passed away and stuff, was mad at him. But I do think, and listen, I don't want to get conspiracy theory. The way it just makes sense. Like there's verses in the Bible, and whatever now you believe it's the best return on investment. You believe in Jesus, you die and go to heaven. And if there's a rapture, we get it's not like the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? But the way they track it is that whole mark of the beast 666, right? And I'm always like, why would anybody take a mark out of their hand? Unless I'm stuck on my passwords, man. I'm like, man, if it gets my password in, I'd be straight, right? But this whole coronavirus and mandatory vaccines, I'm like, oh, this is how they do it, man. And then Empire sell it makes sense, right? And now, listen, XRP has data in it, right? Now they're going to have all electric cars. You're not going to be able to drive. I don't want to freak anybody out. You know, I'm just saying, like, I love those sports movies. Look, if nobody felt with Corona that we weren't in a movie at sometimes, then you were in lost space. It felt like a movie a few times. Feels like we're coming back again. But I do feel like if you go search Google, and this is on Google, Agenda 2030, and you read what they're having, we're working exactly towards what me and you are investing in. So there's two ways. You can hate it and put your prayer heads in, or you can be smart. And then, like the Bible says, you can be the guy who takes his money, go reinvest it to make more, to make a better difference. So that's why I keep an eye on crypto and all that stuff going forward. Like, I think Elon Musk just bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin too, just recently.
Yeah, same like thing with Dogecoin started as a meme. Look where it's at now.
So that's what I brought that up to Ahmad, my business partner, when we had Bitcoin. We were talking about cash. We couldn't fund it. I said, what if we make our own currency? This is what we did. Instead of trying to feed off all these offers, we made up our own currency, like Dogecoin, make our own currency, and then feed people on that money. He said, it has no value. I said, it has no value because it's not in demand. As soon as it gets in demand, that's all it is. Like these pens, dude. Yeah. Once you understand business, so we might do that, man. Like this is the game plan. I wanted to do that anyway. So like just make up my own little because I know a lot of people in the blockchain space and cybersecurity who can build. Because basically once you build, Bitcoin's just known because they only mine so much and they have it all just they do the halving, they have it all mathematically done. I have to look into Dogecoin how they built that up. I'm not sure, but there's no reason why I couldn't go do that. Throw a couple million on that.
Yeah, it's I think Dogecoin is Ethereum based, and Ethereum is based off of airdrop. So it's airdrop technology because each coin has its own technology. And so like XRP is based off of money transfers, but now of course they got certified for data too. So it's XRP does the fastest cross-border money transfers on the planet. So instead of waiting a week for a cross-border, if you're sending money to London, it usually takes a week. And sometimes if it doesn't go through, then that means it's 2 weeks because now you got to wait another week to send it. But with XRP, it goes through with a huge rate, like success rate, and it takes only 3 seconds.
That's why the government, I don't know if you read much, I wasn't reading, government backed it, the XRP, they okayed that one as like a future one. It was in the article a couple months ago, right? That's what made me be like, all right, this is the one to buy. Because I didn't know, Amazon has theirs, Facebook has Libra, and I'm like, damn it, do I have all my money in this one? And is like Amazon going to go own the country, right? I'm sure we all thought that, right? And I was like, I don't know, or Facebook with Zuckerberg. So like, I was kind of happy that happened because I was like, all right, at least we're kind of on the same wavelength. So, hey, this turned into a crypto story. This is the most I've ever talked crypto on.
Okay, all right.
But I can hold my game with it, man, right? I'm not doing too bad, right? What about you, JV? You invest in any crypto?
So I didn't do no crypto, but another question I wanted to ask you, Clark, was what's the safest wallet to use for your crypto?
Really, you should have a ledger. I need to get a ledger, to be honest.
Because your computer can get hacked if you have a bank in your computer.
Yeah, they can freeze your
my Coinbase. I locked in. I don't know if this happened to you, right? Logging my Coinbase and Bitcoin's up, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we might not be able to get your funds." I'm like, what?
You see?
Yeah, dude. So it's like, that's why I'm like, it sounds all cool to talk about, but unless you get that money and use it, like that's the thing. That's why someone else offered me just recently to buy something in crypto. And if I transfer, I think I might just trade it that way. Like they might actually command you to do it that way. I don't know I don't want to speculate. I hate speculating, but like, I want to use it. Grant always talks about this. You got to be able to use something. If you can't use it, it loses its value,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grant don't like stocks or crypto. He likes real cash, real money on his hand.
Grant is certainty driven. I'm not. Me and Grant. So Ed Milet. Do you know Ed Milet or no?
No, I thought you. I don't know what that is.
Okay, so he's like a Grant in the financial services. Okay, he does financial services. Then there's Grant Cardone, who's marketing. He's real estate and sales. That's his thing. Do you know who Brad Lee is?
Yeah, I know Bradley.
So yeah, me and Brett, dude, I'm gonna be at the Real Success event in April. It's like limited, it's 100 people. I might be emceeing it too. I was on the phone with Brad. Hashtag get real. He's like, what would you do if you wake up and you're me? And because I'm a consultant, I said, Grant has 10x, Ed Milet has max out, and Ed Milet's like my younger brother, Josh Lewis. You should have him on here sometime. He's great. He's all working with Ed.
I like Josh Lewis.
You know Josh Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. He's like Ed Milet. I have high energy like Grant, right? I'm always working, always doing a million things. A mess and we'll do it. That's what makes you feel good. The only difference with me is Grant's certainty driven and I'm not certainty driven. I'm like, let's go invest in a newspaper publication. Let's see if it hits. I think it's great. It's called Entourage Daily. We're actually looking for contributors at the time. We're going to close it off. And my buddy Nathan knows how to do SEO really good. So any of my people I take on for marketing pay me a high ticket. I'm going to give them a spot in there. So there's Forbes and Entrepreneur Magazine. We can get them in that. Entourage Daily, we can control the narrative. We can get you SEO and ranked right away. If you search Jeff J. Cunningham and Nathan Oswaldo, you'll see we're trillionaires on there because the SEO, it comes up right away because we know how to do SEO that good, right? So when we do that for our things, we're going to have people contribute. We have a sports column. We won't have any politics, but we're going to have everything. We're going to have a Clubhouse column because there's a lot of news on Clubhouse that people want to read on. So it's going to be the next thing. I'm following the same blueprint that Gerard Adams did with he was the brand thing. He bought Elite Daily. You ever hear Elite Daily?
Yeah, I heard of the Elite Daily.
It sold for 50 million. So I do a half of that, 25 million. Me and Nathan walk away 12 million each, right? So you just follow scripts, dude. You just do it and you got to get known a lot. So that's why I'm talking about it right now. It's going to be phenomenal. If you guys want to contribute, write an article on it. That way, put your name on there right now. Maybe we can have that go. And then eventually people are going to pay to contribute and there's going to be a lot of demand because supply and demand right now it's open. So it's a good thing. It's a great template we have. We have a decent logo and maybe we'll have a contest where people will change the logo eventually. But that's the thing I'm getting off a call for right after this actually. So
oh wow. Yeah.
Who's the first person that you named? What was the first person that I didn't know about?
He does math. Ed. He's going to be a billionaire this year. Really good guy. How I know I'm good at marketing, JV and Clark, I go out to an event in Vegas. My brother speaks at it, right? I go out there. We're at a little breakfast. Ed Milet, who everybody knows, he has 2.2 million things. I mean, but he actually doesn't market as well as Grant personally. But he goes, "Is that Jeff the Entrepreneur?" And dude, it made me smile. Like, man, I'm doing something right with my marketing for all these years,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
you called me JV.
JV.
What's your name?
Rose. That's just the name on that's just the name on my Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see now Rose.
Yeah, like the wine or the.
I always make nicknames. You know how it is playing like sports. You always make nicknames for people, right? But JV is that nickname for you. That's like junior varsity. You don't want that, you know?
No, I don't want that, man. Makes me feel like I'm playing a little boy league.
Yeah, you're too good for that, man. You're busting teeth out here, man. You're good, you know?
Yeah.
You're going hard. So where are you guys located, by the way?
We're in South Florida.
Oh, dude, I'm coming down. Are you guys gonna be at 10X or no?
When is it?
Oh yeah, thanks.
So I think no, they just opened tickets again. It's March. It's in Adventure near Miami. It's
yeah, I know where that at.
It's it's March. I don't even know. March 12th or 13th. I'll be down there for a little bit.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna link up with you,
dude. Yeah. Can I tell you something, dude? I put on my Instagram now. Hey, who's in the area? Everybody link up with me, dude. I get like people saying, "Hey, man, I went in the Subway. Come eat a Subway free." Like it's crazy, dude. When you start, that's why I tell everybody. I do brand consulting. I do it every Monday night. People pay pretty good money for it. They pay, I think it's like $2,500. It's a group. People come in, right? But dude, they learn so much that then we'll get where I'm at, right? I can only teach you guys like that. And it's great. It helps my podcast. People pay to be on my podcast now. It's invite only is how I've done. I've had 2 other podcasts just like this before, right? Where I just get on other people. And dude, I built everything like a business so I can teach anybody how to do that and market it. I've learned from some of the best so that I just teach back exactly what I know, you know? So it's pretty cool, man. But yeah, so we'll have to link up then.
Definitely.
Good. One of the questions I wanted to ask you was, well, I think you already answered this pretty much. But what was your first business that you made money, pretty much?
Well, it was
and that was a software company, right?
It was really a lemonade stand. Back when I was, this is why I'm Jeff the Entrepreneur. Not to be entrepreneur punchy words, because dude, I thought there was something wrong with me my whole life. I talked, I couldn't sleep. People made fun of me. Jeff, you're retarded. I used to hear that video. When I was 12, we lived in Hamden. We rented a house, not very nice, on a little cul-de-sac. And I want to start a lemonade stand. I don't know why. I had my brother and sister advertising for me as I was raking in the money, counting the money, right? And then I was like upping the price of the lemonade depending on like the traffic of the day, like how much more could we make? And then I was going buying other stuff. We made, I think the first day we made $80 in like 2 hours, you know? We were on a busy street, and I knew enough to advertise. Like, think about that. Like in the same way, dude. No wonder why I'm really good at like marketing consulting. When I was 12, like some people like Gary Vee was doing that stuff, like selling certain entrepreneurs have that. I have that, man. So I'm doing exactly what I'm called to. Marketing consulting at the highest form. I'm actually working with Tyrese Gibson, who's a famous actor who bought a travel agency now. So, and then we're going to be out with Dana White. I'm going to try and work with UFC as well. So, and why not?
When you was doing that, I was selling golf balls at 12 years old. So every time the golfers hit the golf ball, I'll take it when they come to the house, and then I resell it to them.
Dude, that's smart, man. You know what? I'm horrible at golf. I played a few times. I'll probably buy, if you still have some, I'll buy some for you. Those things are so expensive, man. You can tell them. That's actually a good deal. That's
what I was doing at that age.
So that's awesome. So you get a lot of golf balls in your yard and you pick them up and resell them?
Yeah, that's what I was doing when I was younger, when I was young. And that's pretty much what got me into my entrepreneur ways too. And that's how I got into that. I have 6 questions. Since you're usually asking these people these questions and doing the interview. Before we wrap it up, I wanted to ask you, what's your best money advice?
Oh, dude, that's great. So you've listened, you've done some research on me, man. You've listened.
I do research. That's why everybody say they love when I talk.
Dude, I love that because I do research on anybody I have on, and I've had people come on and they just try and sell me their product, right? At the end, it's like a whole thing, which is fine, man. I love sales. I'm like, well, you either good or bad, I'll buy, right? But you did research. So my best money advice is, you know what? Learn how to multiply it. Like literally nobody, and that's kind of comes from the cash flow guy here, but that's it, man. Like everybody knows how to addition. You know that there's 5 currencies in life. Know the 5 currencies: money, and once you barter it, that right. But once you can make wealth by learning all 5 of them. I got this from one of my mentors. Money. So if let's say you buy this can for $2 and you flip it for $4, right? You're just flipping it, right? That's double, right? Multiply it. How can you take this one and sell it for $10? What can you attach to it to sell it $10? Can I send this in here? That's going to multiply this, right? When you do that, you're going to work smarter than just working harder for the same hustle, right? So that's the difference between a thing and an entrepreneur, right? It's just adding more value. That's one of the currencies. It's actually cool how I did that right there. I just never did that. And it even came alive to me. See, this is what I do on consulting calls. It's crazy. And then that's why I do. The best thing to do is like you want to be go get someone who they pay a lot of money for. Get your podcast right. Just have them on, man. Ask them questions. Learn and take notes, man. That's what I did. You know, smart. The other currencies, and I'll go through them here, is energy. Energy is a currency right now. The energy you have, that's something you can do for free. People, you just said it, man. I want to be around you. People like your energy, they'll be around you, and you can be around. You can get rooms that you won't get into, right? Because of the energy you bring. So energy is a currency that you don't have to pay anything for. If anybody's broke for listening right now, and you can do that by basically fine tuning what you say. So you're not saying too much. You're just saying the right amount, right? And you're saying stuff that gives a good type of energy. It takes a gift to kind of get it in there. The other one is barter. So let's say, I have connections to, like you have a podcast, you have me on your podcast, I connect you to my funnel guy, right? Or we do that, or I give you a free copy of my book and then, or something like that, right? There's a barter way to do sales. One of the guys taught me that. The other one's relationships, right? Now that we had a conversation, we talked a little bit, we have a little bit of relationship now, right? That's a currency right there. However we can help people out. That's the best reason why to do podcasts, right? Another one's knowledge, right? Any knowledge I give or he just gave me an XRP, now I can take that and go somewhere else. That's a currency. Once you figure out how to monetize all 5 currencies, that's how you can get wealthy and not just rich.
I like that. I like that answer.
Very interesting.
My second question is, when you were young, you knew you could.
When I was young, I knew I could sell, man. I knew I could be a business owner. I used to drive in my car and watch all these big logos and look and be like, I could have one of those logos. How did they get there? How do they get that logo out there, right? And I didn't know it. And now I'm about to have one of the biggest logos out there ever. Like you guys are watching it. Like just like Tesla and Elon and all that stuff, man. Like I'm gonna have one of those, and I'm not gonna give up till I have it because I want it. And like if Elon does it, I'm no different than Elon. Like don't anybody ever tell you that he's just read more knowledge and done anything. You know what I mean? Like and he's taking more risk, and I'm willing to take that risk. So you'll see Kokomo J's, Changing Lives Financial, Changing Lives Community, the Changing Lives Entourage Daily. These are all logos that I already see out in the ether that you're gonna see. And then what, dude, I haven't thrown ad money at him and people know and go to him. Once I start taking the money and reinvest in ads, and I was just working with Billy Jean, Billy Jean is marketing.
Oh yeah.
I know Billy Jean. Billy Jean, we know who that is.
Dude, he's awesome. He'll be on the podcast too. He was awesome, dude. He was at Albert's event, and me and him talked about basically the Sunshine Enterprises that I said I wanted to do and change. So me and him had a big common connection, energy there, right? Then I told him everything, and dude, he gave so much value. I don't even have his book in here. Oh my God, those things he gave us for free, just things to get leads and run your ads. I'm making sure Oswaldo, my ad buyer, the funnel guy, knows all that information. Next time he's coming to an event with me, that's what you got to bring your team with you. Go ahead.
I agree.
Definitely, man. That's cool. That's really cool.
Third question I want to ask you: best relationship advice.
So we'd have to go business relationship because I'm single, man. And the worst thing, I try to stay away from girls and alcohol, right? So we'll go to business. All right. I still do, dude. And it's funny, man. I'm on kind of I think it's a fasting diet where it's like you eat a little bit and then you work a lot and stuff. So it kind of slims you down, which is good. I don't eat any heavy foods or anything like that. So I can work more. I sleep like 4 to 5 hours a night. I know it's probably not normal. I'll sleep like maybe 5. My dreams keep me awake. That's part of my merch line, my dreamskeepmeawake.com. That was what you saw on the Amazon Prime thing. But the best relationship advice I'll say, and this works for a relationship with girls, and if there's a girl listening out who sees it, if I see my future wife on here, then she can listen to this too, is be assigned with a common mission. So what I have for my whole team do is I know exactly where they want to go in life. I make each one of my team members make a vision board, and or reality board as my brother calls it. And what they do is they make 2 things that they overcame. I have my Amazon Prime speech, and I have me being a quarterback on it. It's actually on my desktop. I could probably show it to you, but there's a lot of stuff on it. And then I have things I want to do 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. I want to know what my business partner wants as well in that. So that way I can help him get there and he knows where I'm going. And then we talk about the mission, the common values. And I make them all agree to the 4 agreements. There's a book on it. And we have a little sign that we are. So that way we're common in everything. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally and don't make assumptions. In business and relationship, if you make assumptions about anything, oh man, he's cheating on me. Oh, he's good. He doesn't know this. That's going to really cause division. Just be as transparent as you can. Know what the person's mission is and support them going towards that same goal.
I like the answer. That's a good answer. The 4th question is looking forward to this next.
What am I looking forward to next?
Yes.
Dude, I know these questions because these are my questions. I love it, dude. I love hearing it because I always want to answer when you're asking them. So this is great. I'm looking forward to next. We're doing a little retreat in Cancun. We just added on. I partnered with someone. So anybody buys the high ticket mastermind with us, like people pay about $25,000 an hour for one-on-one session is what we do. So we're doing actually a mastermind. So when people invest that much money, we're going to do a Cancun retreat with them. Actually, that's one thing I have to do. So I'm really excited about where that's going to be. Partnering up with a girl here, and she's helped me out even with Brad Lee's thing. Anybody who buys the $5,000 ticket is going to get a Cancun trip. It'll probably be sold out by the time this comes out. But that's I'm excited about that partnership because I always wanted to do kind of type of retreats, and with COVID and stuff, I've been traveling a lot, so it's not too bad. So I want to offer more than just, I was like over delivering, right? So now with our whole marketing thing, and we have some big names that I'm connected to, so I'm going to see who can come down with it. So it'll be really special. You'll see that coming up soon. Changing Lives Entourage. That's it. That's why we bought Entourage Daily and we named it. So they kind of coincide. So all the businesses feed each other,
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice ecosystem.
How would you?
I'm not bright. I learned it from some of the brightest guys. Watch them do it. That's why I'm doing it. I'm just taking it. Now I'm building the systems and procedures. I have my assistant texting me and calling me during all this stuff. That's why I do less of these. So this will be one for a little bit.
How would you change the education system?
So I'm doing it, man. 100%. I just partnered with I was talking to Cody and Dan Fleischman about taking the 100 Mil Academy. and we're gonna have Mr. Beast. You guys know what Mr. Beast is?
Yeah. Wow.
We're gonna have Mr. Beast on there. I'm gonna work on doing. I met him once out there. He's a big businessman, but I have him teach on either the 100 Mil Academy or something, one of the classes, and have that 100 Mil Academy get into private schools. It's on Lightspeed, which is one of the best platforms. There's a lot of them. Kajabi's good, everything. It's one of the best platforms you can track in data. I used to be a teacher, so I know what the data you need, and Lightspeed can do that data. It's crazy that I'm actually connecting it all, dude. All through Clubhouse, was able to speed it up more. Clubhouse is amazing, by the way. I'm going to turn it on after this while I'm working. I always have it on the background. But I'm actually going to be doing my Make More Money podcast interviews with all the big guys. We're doing one 6 p.m. I bought the Rode mic to do it on live on Clubhouse. So, and I always ask these questions because I want to connect with someone who can help me with that. So that's what we're going to do. So when a kid sit down, it's all virtual learning. They're going to have the best, most powerful, entertaining people teaching them a lot of skills. And then we're going to change that whole Common Core BS. And because I was in there and I saw it, and we're actually giving schools. So we're gonna do it to private schools first, and then we're gonna pitch it to public schools. And I have to run for office. I will, so to make it happen, but it'll happen. Grant told me I'm not gonna change the education system, and we're already making waves, baby. So I'm a part of it, and I love it.
Perfect. Last question is, where can they find more of you? And then you can go ahead into calling your assistant. I know you said you wanted to do that on here.
Oh yeah, we'll call. Well, this isn't my assistant. This is a girl looking for a job, and I told her to call her.
So intern, yeah, right. Not intern.
Because I was looking for interns too. So they can find me, Jeff the Entrepreneur, jefftheentrepreneur.com. I used to own jeffjcunningham.com, but they messed it up with Wix. Don't buy Wix. That's another thing. And they hold your old thing. That was when I first started. But that's more my presidential.com. I'll get that back then. Until then, Jeff the Entrepreneur everywhere. JJC Entrepreneur on Twitter. I didn't get that because it was a little long. That was John Legend. Let me pull up this girl. Hopefully we don't have any things here. Yeah, that's the best way. Oh, and actually automation, what was it? Let's say automationworkshop.club we just bought. So you'll see what's on there. If you guys are looking for a perfect assistant and you don't want to do everything yourself, we're doing a workshop, me and my business partner, Andy Audate. He's great. He's an expert at it. So automationworkshop.club. And then if you want to check out my brother's business, changinglivesfinancial.com. And then we're going to have Changing Lives, Entourage.com. They're all bought, man. I bought them all. But just go to jefftheentrepreneur.com. I'll link to all of them. DM me, Jeff the Entrepreneur, and my assistant will reach out to you if I don't either. All right, let's call this girl right now. Her name is, let's see where she's at. Exotic, that's you, April. Our sales page. Rachel Alexander. Let's see. Student of life. You mentioned something right after that. So I lost one of my my interns that I interviewed. So let's see. Can you hear this? I did my research on her too. I don't know if she'll be able to pick up because I said 15 minutes. Soul searching invention of truth. Oh, she's not gonna pick up. She said I said I'd call her 15. Zero. She's in South Boston. I gotta get out of the East Coast, man. Hello?
Please leave your message for 774.
Oh, she should put her name on there. All right, the number. I always leave. So this is a good sales tip. Always leave a voicemail all the time. Hey, Rachel, it's Jeff from Jeff the Entrepreneur's office. I was just giving you a call. I'm actually on a podcast right now. I was really looking for an intern. I don't know if you're calling. So I just want to show you the mission and what we're doing here, because then you'll learn a lot of knowledge that you can take with you. You seem like a great fit. I looked a little bit about you and your lovely little one. And this is just as part-time as you can. I'm jumping on a call with my newspaper publication then. So if you want to jump in and see any of that, you can. All right. Just shoot me a text here or DM me on Jeff the Entrepreneur. That would be better because that way my assistant can field it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day because I'm too blessed to be stressed. All right. Thanks. Bye. I borrowed that from Manny Lopez.
You sound like you was in sales, man.
Dude, I'm always in sales, man. You're always selling yourself. I'm selling her to be an intern to work and learn from me right now. You know what I mean? This is what I'm selling, the vision. You're always, as an entrepreneur, I cannot stress this enough. You're always selling the vision of why they should come and be an intern and why they should contribute for this. Why can they do this, right? Because then we could connect before and then people start getting paid. Like my funnel team's going to start making a ton of money now, you know? Dude, and I sold them on the vision. They picked me. I had a lot of people. I picked them. The kid is wild. He wants to build an orphanage in Mexico. He's from Mexico. He just got a huge account. He's one of the best funnel guys. They're a little slow. I'm going to say that just because like so a lot of my friends use them now because he's very good at selling the vision. And then he hires people and he's got to get people the good copywriter, everything. Their copywriter, man, they just write too long. You can go look, you'll see the funnel on it. You'll be like, man, I'm more clear. You know, COVID hit, didn't know where my next dollar would come from. I did this, you do this. You know, I actually wrote copy for him. Finally, I'm really good at writing copy too as well. So that's what I help people do. Dude, I have no products too. I have a course coming out called the Changing Lives Entrepreneurs course, which is going to have how to make 100 in 100 ways, because I remember the way I want to, and I'm going to sell mini courses in it. It's going to be phenomenal stuff. I have a book coming out called Getting Rich in Recession that's telling everything. That one I've already sold. So I have a lot of products coming out, but right now I'm just selling my time. So I'm doing group consulting. I don't do any one-on-one. I mean, it's high ticket out there, but I do group consulting on brands and stuff like that too. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing less podcasts right now. So this was a treat, man. This is awesome. Never been on one.
Thank you, man. All right, man. Thank you for coming on to For the Culture podcast, and you're too blessed to be stressed.
For the culture.